You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since my last upload. I've had a lot of things going on, some huge life changes, and I have a craft room tour coming up soon of my new craft studio. So for today's video, I just wanted to share a little bit of inspiration for some stuff that I picked up at Michael's. I was just browsing around Michael's, minding my own business, and I came across some really great deals for this year's Christmas crafts, and I wanted to share them with you. So let's take a peek at what I picked up and we'll make a project with some of this stuff. The sale at Michael's today was buy one, get one free. I can't pass up a good deal like this. I get to try new things, and the price is super great when it's buy one, get one free. I came across these Christmas collections, and they kind of remind me of like the Echo Park collection packs. This year I didn't see any 12 by 12 paper pads, but I saw these. I will open one of those up in a minute. I also got some of these ephemera die cuts that are adhesive backed, and some fun glitter glue, and a couple of rolls of baker's twine. And I really love this beautiful blue baker's twine. So nothing extra fancy, but just something a little bit different. Let's open one of these Christmas collection packs, and first thing I noticed was a full sheet of sticky back gems. And then digging through, I found that the papers were single-sided. They were a little bit lighter weight than what I would normally find in a Michael's paper pad. They are like a cardstock weight, but they're not very heavy. You get two of each pattern. Some of the pages are nice. Some of them are, not my favorite, but I feel like they tried to bring a variety of stuff into this collection. So we've got 12 sheets of pattern paper, and we have a bunch of sticker sheets, along with some solid color cardstock sheets. So again, they're not really cardstock, they're pattern paper, but a heavier weight. So we have a full sheet of chipboard stickers, a sheet of washi strip stickers, and a sheet of foil accent stickers. There's another set of stickers with the alphabet, but I missed that when I was digging through. So I'm going to make some cards out of one of these sheets of cut-aparts. I thought this would be a quick and simple way to create a bunch of cards just using the cut-aparts that are in this collection. So I'm just going to pull in my trimmer, and I'm going to start cutting these pieces down. Now this ends up being 4-inch little squares that I'm cutting apart, and I'm going to get 9 card fronts out of this. So I'm just going to follow along the patterns and just cut using my Cricut trimmer and slice those up into 4-inch squares. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to trim these down even further. I'm just going to cut them down to 3 3/4 squared. So I just trim a little bit off of each side so that my pattern stays centered in the little squares. And I brought in some navy cardstock from my stash, and I want to back these little images on that navy cardstock. I've got a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I'm going to cut it down across the 8.5-inch side at 4 inches, and then again at 4 inches, and then I'll rotate the cardstock and I'll cut at 4 inches, and then one more time at 4 inches. So I'm going to end up with 4 pieces of squared cardstock at 4 by 4 inches, and then I have a couple of scraps left over. So I'm going to do that to a couple of sheets and then put all the scraps onto the side, and we'll come back in the end and make a little bonus project with those scraps. I'm going to pop some foam squares onto the back of my images and then pop them up onto my little 4-inch squared panels. We have a nice little border all the way around, and we've got a little bit of dimension that looks really cute. So I'll do that to all of them. And then once that's done, I'm going to pull in some card bases, and I want to figure out how I want these to be laid out on my cards. So I decided I want to put these in a landscape mode, and I need a little something in the background. So I'm going to go back to my pattern paper and dig through, and here is that sheet of alphabet stickers that I came across that I didn't know was in the pack the first time. So that's fun. You can create your own sentiments and all kinds of stuff with those. And then I settled on this beautiful little like poinsettia looking background. And I just like those reds. I think it matches everything nicely. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of this pattern paper and I'm going to cut full card front panels out of this red paper. I'm going to cut these down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch sheets to cover the entire front of my card base. So I end up cutting down 8 pieces that measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now originally there was supposed to be 9, but somewhere along the way I lost one of the panels and I have no idea how that happened. I still can't find it. So I'm not exactly sure what I did with it. Maybe I threw it out. Let me know in the comments down below if that's ever happened to you. So I'm going to adhere these panels down to the front of my card base, and if there's a little bit of white sticking out of the card base once the pattern's adhered, I can just go back and trim that away. So now I've got all my card bases covered with that red pattern paper. I'm going to glue my little focal images to the left side of my card base, making sure there's the same amount of space between the left, the top, and the bottom. And then there's a little extra of that pattern towards the right. So I'm going to do that to all of my cards. And then finally, I'm going to take some of these adhesive back gems, and I have a little pokey tool, and I'm going to pick up those little gems and pop 3 gems sort of in the center top in the open space. And I tried to pick up one of my gems and I shot it across my table and I still can't find that either. Alright, so there we go. These are all complete. I ended up with 8 beautiful cards. I used a variety of different colored gems, and some of these don't have sentiments, but I felt like they didn't really need it. So I just kind of left them just like that. So here's a look at all of the cards that I made. Quick and simple, only took me a few minutes, and to be honest, I had no idea what I was going to do on my craft room today. I just sat down and started making some cards, and here we go. We have 8 beautiful cards. They turned out great. I'm really happy with them. So now for the bonus project. There are a couple of pieces of that navy cardstock left over, and I'm going to turn them into some tags. So I have these tag punches that creates a fun topper for your tag. So I'm just going to trim these down so they'll fit inside of my tag punch nicely to 2 1/2 inches. So I ended up with 6 pieces that measure 2 1/2 by 4. And I'll just slip that into my little tag punch, and look at that, we have a beautiful little tag topper. I love the way these make tags so quick and simple, but are really cute and decorative. I did 3 with this punch, and then I grabbed another punch from my stash, and it has another different style decorative topper for my tag, and I punched 3 of those. So once those are all done, I'm going to take some of those little red pattern paper strips that are left over, and I'm just going to adhere them to the bottom of the tags. I wouldn't have used these for anything else otherwise. They're just too small, but I found a really good use for them in decorating these tags. So I just lined them up across the bottom and adhered those down, grabbed my scissors and cut the little excess away, and there we go. I did that to all 6 tags, and then I grabbed some of the stickers from the sticker sheet and started popping on cute little images on the front of the tags. And then that's it. I'm not going to do anything else. When it comes time to tie these to presents, I'll just use a little white gel pen and write on the back my to and from. And there we go. We have 6 cute little tags, just using the scraps that were left over from our project. And they coordinate nicely with the cards too, so that's kind of fun and neat. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this quick little share with my Michael's haul from today. Thanks for joining me today. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've posted any content, but I promise we'll be back up and running and raring to go, chopping into some pattern paper packs and having some fun in my crafty space. Thanks so much for joining me. Coming up on screen are some videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!